Hey guys, it's Marshall here. I just wanted to make a quick video up for everyone who came through and has had a scan done. The purpose of this video is to really just run through your body scan results and just educate you guys a bit more on how it can be effective within your lifestyle or within your training. So I'm just going to take the video down to the scan results that you've got. So if you've got that in front of you, we're just going to run through section by section and essentially go from there, okay? Thank you for getting the test done. I just want to run through with you some really key aspects of this test and sort of how it can help you with your training or any of your lifestyle goals. If we go to the top of the test that we've got here, as you can see, you have your identification code, which is here, which is this one. For you guys, it will be your telephone number. There'll be a couple of letters at the start depending on where you got your test done from. We use this is going to record all your details into the machine, so each time you come back and get a test, we will just type in that code and effectively get your test done. And then, as you can see on the bottom here, it's able to monitor the results as you go through. The one thing we did do first time was your height. Now that'll stay the same. We won't change that height through the duration of you getting your testing done, which is really good. Speeds things up. The age and the gender that you can see basically here, so age of 37, male. This company called this organization, World Health Organization, have got some guidelines out there which effectively just world guidelines they'd like the population to be in based on their age and their gender. And effectively the test result's going to run through those. So if you look down, you'll see some normal ranges through here and also some bracketed areas. The aim is to try and fit within those categories. You must understand also too, there's going to be some people in the population that are athletes or have their own unique goals. So therefore, these type of scenarios won't apply to them. Effectively, you might want to have a much lower body fat percentage or a much lower body fat in kgs than what it stays. And also too, you may have a lot more muscle. As you can see, there's a lot of the population out there in bodybuilding and things like that. So therefore, they're going to be some areas where the normal ratio sort of won't apply. But just for the duration of this test, we're going to run through pretending that it does. So look, if we look at this first one here, we've got a muscle to fat analysis. There's three categories. You've got your weight, your SMM skeletal muscle mass, and your body fat mass. The weight, self-explanatory, that's just the total amount of weight that you weigh. And therefore, we're going to be able to tell you from that, okay, well, how much of everything makes up that particular weight. If we look at the skeletal muscle mass, you'll see here that 45.2 kilograms of that 90 is actually skeletal muscle mass. Now, skeletal muscle mass is the muscle attached to the bone. Therefore, it is the muscle that you can train, i.e. go to the gym, lift some weights, start to grow muscle, clean up your digestive system, absorb more nutrients. Therefore, everyday life, you can also grow, some extra muscle there as well. Your body fat mass, this is the weight of body fat that you have in kgs. Okay, so 12.3 kilos for this instance. There is two areas that it tests. You've got your segmental fat analysis over here. So this is subcutaneous fat found underneath the skin. This is the fat that you can actually have an operation or you can get rid of by doing some certain procedures. Okay, it's done on a per limb basis, so you've got 5 there where you can check on. The other one is your visceral fat, which is down here. Now the visceral fat is a fat which is found around the organs of the abdomen. Potentially this fat can be dangerous if it's at high levels. Where World Health Organization think those high levels is anywhere above a 9. So they'd like you to fit within the 1 to 9 category. Now if you're above a 9, it's not all doom and gloom. It just means that you're at a higher risk. Therefore, we'd recommend that you do something about your diet and exercise regime and make some changes to that, which effectively would like to help bring that number down or reduce that visceral fat around those organs of the abdomen. The next category we're going to look at is our BMI and our body fat percentage. Now these are put in here. This is a medical device, so there are still lots of populations around the world who still use BMI in order for a health assessment. I tend to stay away from it. This particular scan person here is very healthy, but yet it's saying that their BMI is over, which would be, in my opinion, not true. Body fat percentage, again, something I tend to stay away from because it's a percentage of total of the body. You could put 4 different people at 13.6% body fat in front of each other and they're all going to look completely different. So I tend to ask clients to more so go off their body fat mass, and get down to a body shape or a look that they're happy with, and then just try and maintain, that amount of body fat in those areas, or this percent of body fat mass in their body. We've also got our segmental circumferences here. This is our tape measurements in certain areas of the body. Again, a really great way of tracking. You're not going to have, a person having any human error in this, so pulling too tight, putting it in the wrong spot compared to last time. Very precise measurements done in the same spot every time. Going across again, you've got your segmental lean analysis. Now, this analysis is a weight analysis based on each limb. You'll see the top number here is the weight, and then the bottom number is a percentage. Now, that percentage is based on above this 100. So World Health, again, they would love you to be, anywhere sort of above this 100 range would be great. This person is. What you can see over here on a body balance valuation is the simple fact that the percentage that we've got here, 140, 138, and that's the top half. Then the bottom half is at 115 and 114. So you can see there's a discrepancy of more than 6% there. And what that means is come across here and going, look, your upper to the lower split is out by more than 6% when it's slightly imbalanced. So you're not as symmetrical as we would like. But again, it goes back to your own personal side of things. There's a lot of guys and girls this day and age that work more on their upper body than they do on their lower body. It tends to be a trend. So it's just really, if you do want to do some symmetry side of things, you can look at these results and just find some ways that maybe you can improve to get that symmetry right. If we carry on further down, you've got your ECW ratio. Now, this is your hydration. So if we look across, you've got your intracellular water, so that's the fluid inside the cell, and your extracellular water, which is the fluid outside the cell. The ratio is a 3:2, so 3 off the top one and 3 of the bottom will put you in this normal range here, okay? This is also in literage, so if you were, again, looking at your weight and that was fluctuating, this is one of the areas we should go to. So basically over the top here, you've got your total body water that is here. So that's another area that we can look at and go, oh, hang on a second, last month when I got this done, I was 90 kilos, and this month I'm 92. Where have I added those weight? And it could just be the simple fact you're hanging on to an extra couple of liters of water. So there's no need to, go down the path and go, oh my God, my weight's changing too much, it's fluctuating. It could just be a water measurement, all right? We've been through your body composition history, so it's just marking it down the bottom. A couple of other markers we're going to look at. So back at the top, we've got our protein minerals. So protein, this is done through nitrogen levels in the cells. If you look at a blade of grass, throw nitrogen into it, it goes nice and green. Take the nitrogen out, it goes brown. So effectively, the higher this number, it's effectively the same as saying, hey, the healthier that cell is. Look, you're going to have healthier cells by just having more skeletal muscle in your frame. As you can see from this person, their protein is well higher than the normal range, and so is their skeletal muscle mass. Mineral side of things, again, this is your osseous and non-osseous. If you've got a large amount of skeletal muscle mass, that means you're going to have a large skeletal structure to hang on to that muscle. So therefore, your osseous minerals are going to be higher than the normal range. We're going across, we've got our weight control and we've got our in-body score here. Now, these are both correlated with the World Health Organization guidelines and realistically this chart here. So effectively, if you were sitting 100 and 100, so these only went up to there all the way down, you would be at a score of 80. So everyone starts at the score of 80, and then you either gain points or lose points depending where you are in this chart. So for this particular person here, their skeletal muscle mass is a lot higher than 100, so therefore they've gained a lot of points, whereas their body fat is still within that normal range. Now, if you were to have your muscle and it didn't creep up to 100, you would lose points. And again, your body fat mass, if it was below the 100 range as well or above, then you're also going to lose points, okay? Look, on the scale of things, if you're sort of hitting around that 70 mark is sort of an average person off the side of the street, reasonably fit, you're starting to get above 85, then you're a reasonably well-balanced fit person. That's really where you want to be aiming for. The weight control down the bottom, now that's just going to tell you, according to this here, and again, back to this 100 mark, what you need to lose or gain to fit into their scope of things. So, for instance, if you happen to have your muscle was well down here, maybe it was 2 to 3 kilos below this 100 line, it would come over here and tell you that they'd like you to gain a couple of kilos of muscle. in order for it to come up. The same with the fat. So if your fat was too high, it would be saying here fat control negative XYZ. All right. That would also come down to your target weight. If your muscle, for instance, was too low and you gained 2 to 3 kilos of muscle, your target weight would go up. Okay, so the target weight is also correlated with that muscle. So they're never going to tell you to lose any muscle. They really want you to have as much as you can because they want you to have more muscle than body fat and weight. All right. Now, the next test that you should get done should be in roughly about 4 weeks' time. You're going to be able to monitor those changes over that 4 weeks to see if you're on track. Therefore, you're able to get help or do something about it if it's not going the right way. I am always available if you want to have a chat in relation to that. It's anything to do with personal training, cardio, nutrition, all those types of things. Any of those things you need help with or you want to do something about to get a better result, come and see me. My phone number is at the top of the page, and also you can contact me through the website. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been education for you, and you know a little bit more about what this test can do for you and help you on your journey. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.